prosaic, prosaic, prosaic. It seems incredible that he would write romantic poetry in the prosaic atmosphere of a tenement. He asked if I had got my black eye in the fight. I told him the prosaic truth that I had banged my head on a door. Prosaic is something which is dull, inane, unimaginative, matter of fact, factual, mundane. The opposite would be, of course, original, interesting. The next word is putrid, putrid. The dangerous condition of the wound was indicated by the putrid smell when the bandage was removed. When the bandage was removed, there was a foul smell, rotten smell, a decayed smell. What's that putrid smell? The opposite of putrid would be fragrant, fresh. The next word is quell, Quell. Police in riot gear were called in to quell the disturbances, unrest. This latest setback will have done nothing to quell the growing doubts about the future of the club. Now, when you quell something, what do you do? Stop something by using force, you put down. The synonyms could be to extinguish, to quiet, and the antonym would be to agitate, to provoke, to urge. Now let's come to the next word, rancor. Rancor, rancor. 30 years after the war, she could not let go of the past but was still consumed with rancor with the foe. They cheated me, but I feel no rancor against or towards them. Rancor means a feeling of hate and continuous anger about something in the past. Animosity, bitterness, hostility, and the opposite would be goodwill. The next word is ravage. Ravage, ravage. He came from a country ravaged by war. The area has been ravaged by floods. Ravage means to cause great damage to something, to plunder, to loot, despoiled, damaged, dilapidated. Now you have word relic, relic, relic. Raju keeps his photos of his trip to Egypt in a box with other relics of his travels. Some churches claim to possess the relics of Jesus Christ. A relic is an object, a tradition, or a system from the past which continues to exist. Holy parts of a body of saint, that's an example. A surviving, remnant, leftover, remains, memento, souvenir. The next word, repress, repress, repress. Arushi's parents tried to curb her impetuosity without repressing her boundless high spirits. He repressed a sudden desire to cry. It means not to allow something, especially feelings, to be expressed. You restrain from expressing your feelings. You eschew, you oppress. The antonym would be to release, to incite. The next word is restive. Restive. The audience was becoming restive when the performance was getting late. Restive is a kind of uneasiness, some kind of bafflement, you see, unwilling to be controlled or to be patient. Restless, impatient, obstinately resisting control. And the opposite are calm, cooperative, or equanimous, quiet, tranquil, serene. The next word is revile. Revile. The judge has been reviled in the newspapers for his opinions on rape. When you revile any person, you use abusive language against him. You criticize that person. You say unpleasant things about him. Synonyms are to vilify, to insult, to humiliate, to criticize strongly, to censure, and the antonym would be to admire, to praise. The next word is satiate. Satiate, satiate. You say having stuffed themselves with goodies until they were satiated. That is, they were totally satisfied. The guests were so full that they were ready for a nap. He drank greedily until his thirst was satiated. That is, quenched. You satisfy a need, especially with food or pleasure, so that you could not have any more. The point of saturation is totally satisfied, totally contented. The next word is scourge. Scourge, scourge. The smallpox was the scourge of Western world. AIDS has been described as the scourge of illicit, unsafe relations. Scourge is something, or it could also refer to a person that causes great suffering or a lot of trouble, severe punishment. For instance, COVID-19 was a scourge. That pandemic was a scourge. So, scourge is to chasten, CHASTEN, to chasten, to lash, to whip, to chastise. And the opposite, of course, would be to indulge. Let's come to the next word, that is sentinel. SENTINEL, sentinel. Though camped in enemy territory, Banerjee ignored the elementary precaution of posting sentinels around the encampment. A policeman stood sentinel at the entrance. To be at guard, to be at the lookout. It can also refer to a person who is employed to guard something or someone. So it can also mean sentry, SENTRY, sentry. Let's come to the next word, sluggish. SLUGGISH, sluggish. After 2 nights without sleep, she felt sluggish and incapable of exertion. A heavy lunch makes me sluggish in the afternoon. See, being sluggish is being lazy, being lethargic, being indolent, being idle, being slow. The opposite would be, of course, right, alert, spiteful. The next word is solicit, SOLICIT, solicit. He sent cards to all his constituents to solicit their views about his actions. It is illegal for public officials to solicit money in exchange for favors. Solicit means to request seriously, to request earnestly. The synonyms are to beseech, to canvass, to entreat, to urge, to seek, to invite. The antonym would be to command, to grant. You say, I solicit your presence, that is, I invite your presence. We have seen that in marriage cards. So the next word is now specious, SPECIOUS, specious. A specious is something false. It may appear true, but it is incorrect or false. It is misleading. To claim that because houses and birds both have wings, both can fly, is extremely specious reasoning. That is a specious kind of reasoning you need. False reasoning, faulty reasoning. People are often misled by specious arguments, faulty arguments. So specious means illusory, superficial, ostensible, colorable, and of course the opposite of specious would be genuine, true. The next word is succor. SUCCOR, succor. If you believe that con man has come here to succor you in your hour of need, you are even a bigger fool than I thought. To succor means to help, to aid, 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 to assist, to comfort. The opposite could be hindrance, an obstacle. Now the next word is tautological. TAUTOLOGICAL. In the sentence, it was visible to the eye. The phrase to the eye is tautological. Why is it tautological? Because if something is visible, it is visible to the eye. It can't be visible to the nose or the ears. So it is redundant. It is repetitious, you see. The unnecessary and usually unintentional use of two words to express one meaning. The other word for tautology is pleonasm. PLEONASM. Repetitious. Deadwood. The opposite would be terseness. Brief. Concise. The next word is tedium. TEDIUM, tedium. We hope this video will help overcome the tedium of your stay in the hospital. Let us go to the cinema to overcome the tedium of exam. Tedium is boredom, weariness, ennui, ENNUI, ennui. The next word is thrall. THRALL, thrall. The captured soldier was held in thrall by the conquering army. That is, kept in imprisonment. One who is enslaved and controlled by someone else. The opposite would be free, release, liberty. The synonyms would be bondage, servant, servile. You have the word tortuous. TROTUOUS, tortuous. Because the road is so tortuous, it is unwise to go faster than 20 miles per hour. The path to peace seems at last to be clear, although it may be a long and tortuous one. Tortuous is something with many turns and changes of direction, not direct or simple, full of curves, you see, that is tortuous. I went through a tortuous route to reach my college. Winding, complex, and of course the opposite would be straight, clear. That's about all. Thank you.